the Mississippi River and the skyline of New Orleans. As beautiful as ever on this terrific night in the Big Easy. We're coming at you from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Last game for the Pelicans, they picked up a W against Sacramento.
And, you know, it wasn't just that they got stops, it was the way they got stops. Rejection after rejection.
Yeah, after a while, it just felt like they were demoralizing the opponent. It affected them mentally, and they took advantage.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2" guard to a 6'10" big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, D.A. Brent, you played for 14 seasons. What kind of off-season training did you do personally to keep in shape?
I had a great trainer in Southern California that I would go home to every year and work on different things. It was funny, Kevin, because as you get a little bit older, you can be a little more specific with how you train. You understand how you're going to be used, the type of minutes you're going to play, so it can be a little bit more specialized. I'm not sure if I could tell you this, but I surfed a lot in the off season.
Balance.
Core, right?
Core balance.
All right,
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Check box.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Harris and Gortat are up front. Bradley and Gallinari are the wingmen. And it's Beverly in at the point. Patrick Beverly grew up in the west side of Chicago. He said it was a pretty rough high school to go to, Brent.
John Marshall Metropolitan, and he was the head of a 1-2-2 full court press where he just racked up a bunch of steals. Can you imagine just not getting the ball ever over half court? That's because Patrick Beverly was up there playing defense.
That's good from Beverly.
One of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverly doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis.
All free throws good from Beverly. And Patrick Beverly last season excited for a bigger role on the Clippers, but knee surgery wiped out his season.
Yeah, and he's in the final year of his contract, Kevin. A lot at stake as he hopes to earn a significant raise from a salary that's been one of the league's best bargains.
And it's Okafor missing. Harris with it. The pass to Beverly, taken away by Holiday. Outside, Davis. To the paint. In the foul on Avery Bradley. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's a quick foul for him there. It looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Here's Davis. Off the inbound, no good. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
New Orleans making a switch here. Payton's checked in. About a minute played so far here in the first. And Gortat kicks to Gallinari. Gortat with the screen for Gallinari. Excellent D there from Okafor.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Outside Bradley. Here's Gortat. Not enough on that one as it misses. For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Mirotic's shot is off.
I'm not sure if it's a bad start or unlucky here. 0 for 4. Can't think too much about it. Just got to get that first one to go.
The feed to Gallinari. Over Mirotic. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Rockets. The offensive rebound. The shot by Payton, no good. Here's Los Angeles now. And it's Etuan Moore with the foul. That's his first foul. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, many people had some high expectations for Elfrid Payton when he was drafted 10th in 2014. His offensive game has come along nicely. He sees the floor. He scores on the inside. I don't think he'll ever be a perimeter threat. And defensively, he could be a little bit more active.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Horton with the ball. Now Okafor defending. Beverly for three. No good. And New Orleans will come the other way. And Brent, as you mentioned, as good as Payton has made himself with the ball in his hands, his defense is holding him back.
Yeah, and some of those areas of weakness are easily addressed. You just can't get yourself out of position by overthinking possessions or gambling too much. It's just not a good way to go. So as much as you're the lead guard with the ball, sometimes defensively as a lead guard you can set the tone for a defensive possession. Payton needs to learn that.
And so it's New Orleans with it. The Clippers getting the bucket. Buries it from three-point range.
The big man McGraw finding a teammate and does a great job of seeing somebody that's uncovered.
Bradley kicks to Gortat. There's the pick. He dishes it to Harris. And Davis sends it back. And they'll keep possession.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
Snatched up.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Now here's Payton following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Payton passes to Mirotic. 6 to shoot. Pass to Okafor. Davis sets a screen. Gortat with the block. Now Beverly. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston.
Loved his passing tonight as well. He was just cutting the defense to pieces out there.
Davis with it. Now guarded by Gortat. And it's Davis missing. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. 17-foot shot on the way. And that one good. Bradley's got his first bucket in this one. Pelicans trail by 3. Davis with a screen on Beverly. Payton kicks to Davis. Over Beverly. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now here's Bradley. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston.
I mean, looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
Bradley against Moore. Shoots over Bradley. They get it back.
Yeah, to look at the frame of AD when he came into the league as opposed to it is now, he's so much more tough and more physical and doesn't mind the contact.
Gortat dishes to Harris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Tobias Harris had his best season in 2018, a career year from the three-point line. And you saw how much just his value jumped in that time frame. A key piece and a key part of the trade last year with Blake Griffin.
That's good from Harris. And guys, Clippers coach Doc Rivers calls Harris a nightmare matchup. What do you think?
Well, especially when he slides from the 3 over to the power forward spot. He spaces out the floor and then can put the ball on the deck, on the drive, get in and create some opportunities.
And Harris drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Payton passes to Okafor. Mirotic the screen. Well placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Well, that's all set up because Mirotic is willing to set a good solid screen, make some room for his teammate.
And Beverly kicks to Gortat.
Yeah, that one put him over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, one season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, you know, he's gotten stronger, more consistent with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball fours.
That's good from Harris.
Well, with the scoring ability that Tobias Harris has, he can look to be even more aggressive. All the skills to be a go-to guy.
And he makes both free throws. Pelicans trail by 3. Pick by Okafor. Payton kicks to Okafor. Davis with a screen on Gortat. Harris against Davis. Over Harris. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Love the aggressiveness from AD there. Not a lot of hesitation. And good at finding a shot there on the inside.
There's a screen by Gortat. Gortat with the screen for Bradley. Six on the shot clock. Shot off the screen, and it doesn't even draw either. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Shoots from the elbow, and no good that time. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Gallinari, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Well, for Tobias Harris to take this step, getting away from scoring and finding teammates to become a more adept passer, it's good signs.
Davis setting the pick for Payton. Davis against Harris. Goes up to the stripe. Here's Payton, and it's blocked by Bradley.
Avery Bradley, a great defender in his position, predicted where that shot was coming from and threw it away.
Pelicans trail by 3. Down low, Davis. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, Bradley right now locked in, not allowing the defense to do anything to alter his confidence.
To the inside, and stolen by Harris. Gallinari against Davis. Beverly wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. And it's an 8-point Clipper lead.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Well, they were obviously the superior team a year ago, but a lot can change from one season to the next in the NBA. Let's see how this game plays out before we make any rush to judgment as to how they'll fare against each other this year.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Okafor. Julius Randle comes in for Anthony Davis. Hill, he's checked in for Mirotic. And it's Darius Miller in for Ejuan Moore. Here's Payton. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Okafor, high post, to the middle, deflects the pass, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Marjanovic checked in for the Clippers. Here's Payton. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Harris passes to Beverly. Harris a screen. Lock at 6. And Beverly kicks to Williams. Here's Marjanovic. Again, Los Angeles.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
That's the kind of guy who does things that breaks the backs of their opponents because they're about wanting it more than the other guy you're up against.
Here's Okafor after the Clippers pick up 2. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Marjanovic with it. Now Payton defending. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Marjanovic at the line for 2.
The free throw drops for Marjanovic. We have so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch. The Pelicans a much better team last year than they've been in the past. Still have some areas to address before maybe they become a home court advantage team or a top 4 seed. But the number one thing is they've got to get some more consistency in their outside game.
Los Angeles on D. It's a 14-point game. Randall no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Well, the 3 is king right now, and spacing can be a problem for the Pelicans.
Well, the team knows they only have a handful of dead-eye shooters. They were in the bottom third for threes taken last year. They play to their strengths, which is a good thing, but in order for them to take the next step, it's got to be some dynamic play from the perimeter.
Payton outside. They need this one. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Man, if Payton wants to stay in this league for a long time, that shot has to be more and more consistent. That's a good sign.
Beverly, the pass to Harris. Over Hill. A nice shot by Harris. Harris has got 8.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Now here's Okafor. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And they pick up 2.
Good show of confidence. Payton looking good, trying his luck from the interior that time.
Los Angeles leading by 11. From deep, Williams. A three-pointer is right on target.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Now here's Okafor. Shoots over Marjanovic, and it's Okafor missing. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. Payton outside. Pass to Okafor. And here is Payton. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
It's deflected.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
Shots good by Miller.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now here's Williams. His last outing, he had 18 points. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Shot clock at 5. Here's Harrell. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
Pelicans trail by 12. Randall out there with Hill. Then it's Miller. Then there's Jahlil Okafor. And it's Holiday in at the 1. That's the Pelicans' 5. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Scott. Randall grabs the board. Here's the teardrop. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Perilous screen on Miller. Really left alone that time. And that's now 6 points for Lou Williams.
Well, you got to honor Lou Williams' shot from deep, especially if he's got other things going offensively. Has a great feel for when to pull the trigger.
Now here's Randall. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Picked by Okafor. Miller kicks to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Beverly. He has 5. And Miller with the block. Here's the break. Fires top of the key. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Now here's Marjanovic. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Randall's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Inside. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game. Gallinari, he's checked in for Harold.
Clippers substitution. Danilo Gallinari.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Hill kicks to Holiday. Expanding his range. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yeah, that screen created the space for the shot, and Holiday launches the jumper. It finds nothing but the bottom.
Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Well, he's had ankle troubles and knee surgeries. Last season, a gluteal tear, and over the course of his career, injuries seem to be more of a part of what Danilo Gallinari's story is about in the NBA. Hopefully he'll find some health this year.
He's off on the first. And Gallinari an efficient score if he can just, Brent, stay healthy.
Yeah, the optimism seems to be waning with regards to that. Over his 10-year career, he's played about half of the games, and you're paying him a pretty good sum of money. That's a tough pill to swallow if you're an owner, but as a fan, you root for him to be out there and have some success.
He hits the second from the line. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Moore kicks to Mirotic. Randall a screen on Gallinari. Pass to Davis. Over Scott. And Davis can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 9. Shoots over Mirotic. Excellent D there from Mirotic. New Orleans has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
No excuse for him not drilling that one there. The defense was nowhere to be found. Maybe could have taken a little more time.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button. And you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you.
You know, there are certain players who just seem to have a knack for putting the ball in the basket. Lou Williams is in that category.
They throw good, Lou Williams. And Lou Williams, not the biggest, not the most athletic, but Greggy finds ways to score.
Yeah, you know, whether he's creating space or creating contact, very few play that cat-and-mouse game better than Lou Williams.
And the Clippers making a change here. Gortat's checked in. And so he hits both.
And what sets Lou Williams apart right now is his confidence. This guy is a gunner who comes in and believes that he's going to score. He often does.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
Here's Mirotic. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Now here's Davis. He picked up 36 points in their last one against Sacramento.
And guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals, I think, and that was a difference maker.
The Pelicans shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Randall. Brent, I'm sure there were times, and you've won 2 championships, where you thought you were going to win a title, and it didn't happen.
I'll go back to the first night that I thought potentially we were going to win a title with San Antonio, and that was in the 2005 finals against Detroit. We had come back home for a game 6 that I thought we were going to win, and we did not. And sort of the pressure that mounted after that game to know that we were going to a game 7 and had lost an opportunity where we really did feel coming off of game 5 we were going to win. It certainly elevated the intensity of the game 7, which we eventually won at home for our title in 2005.
Now here's Davis. Following the miss by Lou Williams. Davis with a screen on Williams. Here's Holiday. Tries again. Randall. They shoot again. That one doesn't drop. Gortat with the defensive effort.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Over in the corner, Williams launches a 3. Rebounded by Moore.
And, you know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
There's a screen by Gortat. It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Emeka Okafor. He's checked in for New Orleans. Scott kicks to Gallinari. Drills the three-pointer. Gallinari's got 4 points this quarter.
And he's really mastered the catch and shoot as defenses try to close out. Hard to guard.
Moore dishes to Holiday. Okafor, the pass to Holiday. Davis with a screen on Williams. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Enjoyed that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
There's a screen by Gortat. The pass to Scott. It's stolen by Davis. And Davis throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And with Anthony Davis, you look at how young he is still. I mean, scary to think that his best games are still ahead of him. Not just this year, talking like 3 or 4 years from now. He could honestly be the best player in the league in a short time.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And with Davis's prime just ahead of him, just what do you think his ceiling might be, Brent?
I don't know. 28 and 11 the last few years. His upside seems to be nightmarish for any opposing coach. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have multiple years of 30-plus with 12 or 14 rebounds. There's simply nothing on the court that AD cannot do. And Anthony Davis is just as complete a player on the offensive end as you're going to find. Great facing up, great mid-range, plays with the back to the basket. One of the things that is his best quality, Kevin, that does not get talked about much is just how devastating he is in transition. One of the game's greatest runners and finishers. And play with a point guard who will advance the ball, he becomes that much more dangerous.
And Brent, for Davis in his offense, the stat lines he can put up are just jaw-dropping.
Man, even from a historic standpoint, very few big men can dominate a game in the multitude of ways that AD can. Incredibly quick with his decision-making. He's really got great footwork. And with his length, he has the easiest time getting a shot off any switch. I mean, it's just an automatic mismatch. He is truly a special player.
That's good from Williams.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Payton, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Sweet Lou Williams came into the NBA straight out of high school. I don't think a lot of people remember that back in 2005. The former 45th pick has more than exceeded his selection spot over the course of his career. Last year winning the 6th Man of the Year award.
Now here's Gortat.
Love to see Gallo close to the rim. He really finishes nicely with that jam.
Payton with the ball. Kicks it to Davis, and there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Payton against Williams. Payton passes to Mirotic, and out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Clippers leading by 10. Outside Williams. Gortat with the screen for Bradley. Dishes it to Harris. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake. Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
And Alfred Payton, over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many question whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
No good on the free throw.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Last season, the Pelicans took a huge step in the right direction. They made it to the conference semifinals despite losing DeMarcus Cousins before the playoffs even began. So a lot of positives came out of that late season run with AD leading the way for the Pelicans.
Here's Harris. Missed it, even after all those chances.
He has to be frustrated out there right now. His teammates are really picking up the slack for a lackluster offensive night.
Outside, Davis. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And for the Pelicans last season, the most successful for the team since the name change.
Yeah, how about that? 48 wins last year for them in the Western Conference. They swept the Blazers in the first round of the playoffs and just showed how dangerous they could be. Mirotic huge in that series for them, and they still have some areas to address, but the trajectory, the direction of this franchise is pointing up.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. No good on the second free throw. Brent, Montrezl Harrell out of Louisville came into the league as an energy player, but he can score as we're seeing in bunches.
Well, I think with starters minutes, he might give you a few 20-point nights, but mostly his impact has been huge with energy and effort coming off the bench, in constant motion around the rim, and a great finisher as well.
And the Clippers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Hill's checked in. Gortat with the steal. Passes it to Beverly. Harrell setting the pick for Bradley. Six on the shot clock. Shoots off the screen. A shot missing. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. And he overshot that one, missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's Davis missing. Clippers leading by 9. Harrell kicks to Harris. Inside, Beverly banked in off the glass. Beverly's got 7.
And Patrick Beverly can do that in close, finds a way to get that one up, and you know he likes to score. It doesn't happen a ton, but he loves it.
Now here's Moore. He's got 5. Davis with a screen on Bradley. To the paint. And Davis throws it down.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Beverly against Payton. Pass to Harrell. 1:32 left in the first half of basketball. And Gortat gets it to go in on the assist by Harrell. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
No good from Moore.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you talk about the lockdown individual defenders in this league. Don't forget about Avery Bradley. That's been his calling card from the moment he set foot in the league.
And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, for Bradley, there's some disconnect as far as his defensive impact. You know, the numbers guys will say it doesn't quite match up to his reputation.
Yeah, I mean, more impactful as an on-ball defender than he is as, say, a help defender. Probably a little undersized for an off guard, but his commitment, no doubt, is off the charts.
And so Bradley nails both of them.
Well, Doc Rivers might have done his best coaching job last year. You think about how many G League guys came in and started games, and he even talked about it as being a season with a breath of fresh air, with all that newness and the things he had to teach and go back to the drawing board. So a heck of a year for them, and they might have found some gems.
Okafor. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Teardrop shot. The offensive rebound. Out to Payton. Here's Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Scouting report says you got to get physical with Anthony Davis, but on that drive, nobody's stopping him.
Payton against Beverly. Pass to Marjanovic. Over Okafor. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you very much. Lou, in the first half, your offense was clicking. What was the difference getting off to a hot start?
I think we play with a lot of energy, the ball swinging around. They're using a lot of help side defense. We're just taking advantage of it.
And really breaking them down. Thanks, Lou. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home for them. Clapping for yourself. Oh. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 11. Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, they got a nice advantage in the free throw department. I wish I was a shooter. They've been the one taking the direct approach. They're driving the lane, being physical, and forcing the opposing D into tight spots. And that's got them a lot of points at the line and the lead.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
They need to make major adjustments on the offense. Whatever their game plan was going into this game, scrap it. It's not been effective. The shots they were taking were not good shots. They need to find a way to spring guys open where they can shoot a better percentage.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back, folks. Downtown New Orleans shining brightly tonight, as you can see from this bird's eye view. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot, so right now he's feasting.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Gallinari and Harris, your small and power forwards. Avery Bradley is out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's Gortat in at the center, filling out the middle. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, DA. Thanks. For New Orleans, they have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Emeka Okafor. Hard to believe, isn't it, that a few years ago the direction for this Pelicans team was uncertain.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Alvin Gentry has found his way to put his imprint on this team. A lot of people not sure of how and if he could do that. He certainly has. It took some time to get those ideas in place. And the offense was never a problem with this group, especially with the way that Drew Holiday had such a huge year. It's going to be about some defense and some depth for them to push it a little bit further this season.
And it's Beverly missing.
His teammates cannot be happy with him, guys. He would have been better off resetting the offense and looking for a better shot opportunity.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Drew Holiday. And Beverly kicks to Gortat. Outside Bradley. Here's Harris. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Harris has got 10 points.
This is a strength of Tobias Harris, finding good rhythm now in the mid-range shot.
More dishes to Davis. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Gallinari. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. The Clippers last season really proving the value of the new two-way contracts. G League players who could step up and play a lot of time with the parent club.
I mean, the Agua Caliente, that's the name of their G League squad, was huge last year as the Clippers pretty much became the lab rats for how these two-way contracts were going to work, how you move players up and down between the rosters. And Doc found some real winners last year that came in and started a ton of games for Doc Rivers, and their contributions almost got them to the playoffs.
Now here is Mirotic, kicks it to Davis. And they double up Davis. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Clippers leading by 12. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. There's a screen by Gortat. Here's Bradley.
Well, more on the defensive end, part of this scheme, and doing a nice job staying in front of his man and contesting.
And Mirotic kicks to Okafor. The shot from the low post is good. Clippers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. Bradley is screen on Holiday. Beverly the pass to Gortat. Bradley against Moore. Just 5 on the clock. There's a screen by Gortat. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Beverly for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Moore's got 4 rebounds in this game. Davis, it's good from the top of the key. Davis has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pelicans. And Beverly kicks to Gallinari. It's Bradley on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the pass to Okafor. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Bradley, that's for 2. Misses off the left iron. New Orleans has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
All right, a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Moore. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Mirotic dishes to Randall. They grab their own miss. Got a piece of it. Outside, Scott. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And how about the numbers here for Jrue Holiday? He's coming off an excellent season. 16th in assists. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long. First free throw is good. Brent, a major pivot for the Clippers last season, trading away the most important player in franchise history, Blake Griffin.
Well, the front office made mention of sustainability and production over cost, and felt like it was the right time for them to move on. The size of that max contract, the injury risk of Blake Griffin and what's happened and transpired the past couple of seasons convinced them that they might be able to clear that out of the way, get some flexibility, and rebuild the roster in the way that they wanted to moving forward.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. 4th, the Clippers.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Mirotic inside. Gallinari covering. And the Pelicans miss again.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Gortat, the pass to Williams. And Scott has it in the corner. Feeds to Gortat. That's tipped. Randall outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Scott's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And Gortat kicks to Scott. Gortat inside. Randall on him. Gortat, the pass to Beverly. Scott is screened. And Patrick Beverly good for 3. Beverly's got 10.
Able to stretch the floor with that 3-point shot. Beverly looking to capitalize from the perimeter as often as possible.
Holiday, the pass to Davis. Over Beverly. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. They get a hand on it. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Brent.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
And the first one drops. Miller's checked in for New Orleans. Both free throws good from Randall. About a quarter of the players in the NBA were born outside the USA. Brent, could that percentage swell to half within a couple decades?
I don't think we're ever going to get that far with foreign-born players, but it's exciting to see all the representation around the league. We've certainly had some standouts, and I'm a little bit sad that this year might be the last year we see one of the most incredible players, if not the best European player the league's ever seen, in Dirk Nowitzki, probably retiring in Dallas after the year.
Peyton, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Harrell's checked in. Holiday, no one around him. That's good. And it's Miller with the assist. And it's 7 points for Drew Holiday.
As the ball swung to Holiday, he did not think twice, and he let it go. Once he caught it, pass, creating rhythm. Defense not anticipating that.
Now here's Williams. He's got 10. Puts up a 3. Cans it from downtown. Williams has got 13.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Pass to Miller. Peyton kicks to Davis. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Pelicans making a change here. Okafor's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Marjanovic checked in for Gallinari. And so it's New Orleans with it. Down by 12. That one goes in.
Yeah, the first half was really tough, but he's really rounded a corner here and been fantastic shooting the ball here in the second half.
Beverly, the pass to Marjanovic. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Holiday against Williams. Off the screen. Miller grabs the miss.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Wide open look. Another one falls for New Orleans.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Peyton's skilled enough to find the open man.
And Beverly kicks to Williams. Marjanovic with a screen for Williams. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Holiday.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Williams.
And Williams is sort of the classic instant offense guy. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting, he can provide a spark whenever they need one.
And both free throws good for Williams.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Peyton passes to Holiday. Picked by Okafor. Here's Randall. They get it back. Shots good by Miller.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
There's a screen by Marjanovic. And Beverly kicks to Marjanovic. Back to Beverly. Peyton with some nice D. Pelicans trail by 8. 13 feet away. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Holiday, no good. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Miller dishes to Holiday. Handle right side. Over Harrell. And nothing but hair on that one. Clippers leading by 8. To the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Williams for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Williams has got a pair of threes now here in the third for Los Angeles. Pass to Holiday. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for the Clippers. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Good, the assist goes to Hill. 10 points for Julius Randle.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Williams for 3. No good that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Now Okafor. He kicks it to Holiday. Pass to Miller. Back to Holiday. Clock at 6. Miller sets a screen for Holiday. It's stolen by Marjanovic. At the elbow, Williams. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second. Well, after some seasons that were a little tough on Drew Holiday, both on and off the floor, he certainly got back on track last year in a big way. Posted his best season and played in the most games since the All-Star year he had in Philly in 13. So the health is always a concern, but Drew Holiday stepped up and was massive in the playoffs last year for this Pelican ball club.
Okafor, the pass to Holiday. Hill against Scott. 6 to shoot. The feed to Okafor. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Marjanovic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And Brent, last season, Holiday wasn't asked to do as much playmaking, and it seemed like it allowed him to focus on his scoring.
Well, I give Drew Holiday a ton of credit, Kevin. He went from being asked to work on off-guard skills to being shifted back to the point guard because of a Rondo injury, and then later in the season had to go back to all of the things he worked on in the offseason as an off-guard. And when he did that, he shined. So a heck of a season on the mental side of things for Drew Holiday last year.
Here's Randall. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Bradley with the ball, and it's Miller picking him up. Miller against Bradley. Out left to the wing. Scott kicks to Bradley. No good there. And here is Hill. There's the pass to Holiday. They get the rebound. Offline. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Holiday and Moore, the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Darius Miller. And it's Okafor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
No question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game. And they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Friday, they'll host the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Nuggets, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
The first free throw is good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Gortat's checked in for Marjanovic. Both free throws good for Miller. Now here's Williams. There's a screen by Gortat. Harrell against Randle. Outside Bradley. Jumper off the screen. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Here's Moore. Here's Okafor. Got a hand on it. To the middle. And Gortat gets it to go in on the assist by Bradley. And that's now 6 points for Marcin Gortat.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Holiday, the pass to Randle. And Randle throws it down.
It's an experienced decision by Holiday to fire that pass to the open man.
Clippers leading by 7. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. There's a screen by Gortat. Here's Bradley. The rebound by Okafor. Okafor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Moore kicks to Holiday. Okafor with a screen on Harris. Miller, no up. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Okafor. It's stolen by Bradley. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And Harrell slams it in.
Well, because he scores so often, Williams draws defensive attention. Coaches change some coverages, which in turn open up some passing opportunities.
Now here's Moore. Miller outside. Back to Moore. A 3-ball. That's good. And it's Miller with the assist. Miller's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
Harris's shot is off.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup. And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
There's a screen by Gortat. Harrell down low. He's defended by Randle. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling as this game moves on, he's getting stronger.
And Holiday kicks to Miller. Pick by Okafor. Passes it to Moore. Back to Miller. Just 5 to shoot. Randle no good. Clippers leading by 7. Here's Harris. Makes it off the glass.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's more. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Miller with a screen on Bradley. And here's Moore outside. And another three for New Orleans.
Each Moore has shown some signs of being a lethal threat from the outside.
There's a screen by Gorton. Harris outside. Doesn't go for it. Good D by Miller. Pelicans trail by 6. Randall outside. Holiday, the pass to Randall. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Shooting for New Orleans, Julius Randle. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Mirotic is checked in for Darius Miller. The Clippers also changing it up. Gallinari comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And he's good on the second. So it's the Clippers now. They've led by as many as 14 points. There's a screen by Gorton. Harris dishes to Beverley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Bradley can't get it to go.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Randall on the follow.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here is Harris. Back to Beverley. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Holiday, and so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. New Orleans making some changes here. Anthony Davis comes in for Randall. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Drew Holiday.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And throughout his career, Beverley has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
And the second free throw, good.
2-possession game now, but he'd still like to have back that one he missed.
Payton kicks to Davis. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That is his first foul of the game. Payton against Beverley. Davis sets a screen. Mirotic.
And it's always great to see Gallo play that kind of defense, stepping up to the challenge.
Poked away, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton. Payton against Beverley. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Down low. Out to Gallinari. And here's Harris from the arc.
And with AD roaming around like a great white shark, smells blood in the water, makes the defense think twice.
And here's Moore outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Gortat's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Good D by Payton. Pelicans trail by 4. It's stolen by Bradley. It's Gortat with the drive. And again, it's the Clippers missing. New Orleans gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all.
I like it when AD starts to step on the gas pedal offensively. He starts to feel like nobody can stop him, and he very well might be right.
Now here is Harris over Davis. Harris's shot is off.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Payton passes to Mirotic. Back to Payton. Mirotic sets the screen for Payton. And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Payton against Beverly to the inside. And Davis throws it down.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
It took a lot of energy just trying to even things up. We'll see if they have enough left in the tank to finish the job.
And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Lou Williams.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. We'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
Now here's Okafor. Moore with it. Davis with a screen on Beverly. Davis sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Payton.
Well, Alfred Payton on a straight line drive. Pretty fearless on that attack.
The Clippers trail. Now Beverly. Harris outside. For 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
It's hauled in by Beverly. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Here's Gallinari. He can't get that one to fall. Excellent D there from Mirotic. To the paint. Here's Payton. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. And it's E'Twaun Moore with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. New Orleans making a switch here. Clark's checked in. Now here's Beverly. Defense right on him. And here's Harris from the arc. Drains the three-pointer. Harris has got 10 points in just the second half. Bradley against Moore. Davis sets a screen to the inside. It's stolen by Bradley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And just not nearly as effective at drawing fouls on the defense as he was in that first half.
Harris. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And Harris drops them both. Pelicans trail by 6. And Moore kicks to Davis. Over Harris. And again, no good by New Orleans. LA's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Outside Mirotic. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Bradley against Moore. From downtown. Bradley can't get it to go.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Another shot. And another shot. Okafor trying to get open. Some solid defense from Harris. Clippers leading by 6. To the middle. And stolen by Mirotic. No one near Payton as he lets it go. Great positioning on the putback.
Awesome job by AD to get the ball in a favorable spot. That's most anywhere, but comes up big with that basket.
Beverly the pass to Harris. Back to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Clock at 6. The 3 from Bradley. Hits the three-point bomb. Bradley's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Clippers.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling up some major points here.
Shooting for New Orleans, Anthony Davis. At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that turns the lead to 6.
As good as AD already is, to think that there's still upside to his game, it's really remarkable. Athletic, talented, and continues to work hard to maximize his talent.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Here's Harris. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, easy call.
Two shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up missing both free throws. Pelicans trail by 5. Feeds it to Davis. And stolen by Harris. Down low. And Davis pulls it down. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And it's blocked by Bradley. And here's Beverly. Okafor comes in with the double team. And he commits the intentional foul.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
And at the offensive end, Gortat probably doesn't get his due. He's got a lot of moves, and he can finish with either hand. And his work on the offensive glass is more than capable.
Was sure on those free throws, extending that lead and making it comfortable.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 7. 27 seconds left in the game. Gortat with the steal. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. He feeds it to Bradley. Moore with the block, and he's able to get it back.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
Well, you'd like to have a rewind button and get a couple plays back, but impossible at this point. Need better execution at times.
Now here's Beverly. So the Clippers with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
And that's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Danilo, transition, big for your team. I assume that was a big focus tonight.
Yes, we want to run, and that's what we have to do every time. So that's what we did, and we played a great game.
Gallo, thanks very much. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time